My name is Aaron Lockyer. I grew up in Newfoundland, and my husband Tony and I moved to Saskatchewan when I joined the RCMP in 1997. I've done all my service in Saskatchewan, in this beautiful province, and my current job within the RCMP is reconstruction of fatal and life-threatening injury collisions. I'm also a child passenger safety technician. Received that training in 2004, and I've checked hundreds of car seats since that time, and unfortunately probably issued hundreds of provincial tickets for improperly installed car seats since that time as well.
My name's Tony Cahoon. I work with SGI in Traffic Safety Promotions. So I'm a Community Relation Coordinator, and generally what that means is in our department we have an opportunity to go to different communities and do presentations regarding impaired driving, distracted driving, bike safety, bus safety, any kind of vehicle safety under the sun. This year I do a lot of work with child passenger safety, so I organize a lot of the clinics behind the scenes, like the advertising side, and I do a lot of presentations regarding child passenger safety towards the hospitals and things like that. When I hear child safety, I think of the things that in our province we're not doing yet that other provinces are doing, so kind of taking some ideas from other places of really like forward-thinking things that they do that we could do here to improve child safety in Saskatchewan. Prior to a recent announcement from SGI, booster seat legislations, it was always best practice to use a booster seat here, but it wasn't actually legally required. And right now that's just in the process of changing. That is a really big change, and it's moving us in the right direction. The importance, I guess, and the big deal about this booster seat improvement and move forward is the fact that we see a lot of times kids that aren't tall enough sitting in a vehicle seat, and the seatbelt is rubbing against their neck and not their shoulder, and it's against their stomach and not their hip. And so the big concern with that is if you're stopping suddenly in a collision, or even if you have to stop because something ran in front of the road, when your body moves forward and the car seatbelt locks, it's going to lock. And in a really severe collision, it could cause a lot of internal organ damage because the seatbelt will be rubbing against their stomach and it's higher than their hip where we want it. So that being said, we want kids to be in booster seats as long as they can until the car seatbelt fits them properly. If a parent ever has any questions or concerns or has a car seat installed in their vehicle and they want it looked over, or they just want to gain some education, and if a parent wants to get a hold of a technician, then you just need to go to sgi.sk.ca under child passenger safety. All of the technicians will be listed by their community, and all clinics will be listed by the date and communities also. If I had to leave a key message with parents regarding child passenger safety, it would be that child passenger safety is everyone's concern. You're never too old or too young to really get involved with fixing the problem.
If a parent or grandparent, caregiver, whoever's looking after carrying the child in their vehicle, if they make it a pact, like people make a pact with their friends or otherwise their parents not to text and drive, this can be no different. Make a pact to your baby. As a parent, make a pact to your baby. I promise you, I will always restrain you in the best way I know how. I will seek the education to learn how if I don't know how, and I'll do it every single time. Because that bad thing, it can happen. I hate to say it can happen. It's a very small percentage every year of children, but there are children and there are infants that are killed on our roadways in this province every year. And it's a funny thing about fatal collisions. Everybody watches the news at 6 o'clock, and they'll hear about such and such person, or maybe even a child who was seriously injured or killed. There was a rollover at such and such place or city or near such farm or rural area or wherever within our province, and it might even hit your heart, when you hear it. Maybe even you'll think about it later, and it'll hit your heart and make you think even more about it if it's within your familiar area, if it's from the town you're from, or even if it's someone you know or have heard of, or your friend's child or your friend's parent or something. But when it's your family, in a few weeks or a few months or a few years, when everybody's forgotten about it, you are never going to forget about it.